everyone, my name is Annie Cooper and I'm a personal trainer.
And I'm Shelby and I'm a yoga instructor.
Today we're going to be showing you how to combine strength training with yoga and show some stretches and also some strength training exercises. So starting with something like a squat. If you're someone that does a squat and tends to fall forward as you do the squat, you fall backwards and you can't seem to find that balance, you can't keep your feet flat, it might not be your leg strength or your form, it might just be your ankle flexibility. So here, we're going to show you some stretches that you can do for better ankle mobility.
So our first stretch is Malasana, yogi squat. If it's too difficult for you to sink all the way down like this, you can elevate your hips by sitting on a yoga block or something of a similar size. This will stretch out your ankles as well as your hips. The next stretch is seated on heels with the tops of your feet down. If you want to go even deeper than this, you can work on lifting one knee at a time. You'll be stretching the top side of your ankle. The final stretch, you'll lean forward, tuck your toes, and again sit back onto the heels. You can stay here for as long as your feet allow you to.
If you're bench pressing a lot, trying to make those chest gains. Okay.
You're constantly working out your pectorals.
If you're doing a lot of chest exercises, bench press, chest flies, keep in mind that you are tightening up that muscle. So you have to make sure that you're doing the stretches in order to loosen that area up so you're able to go with the full range of motion.
So the first move that you can do to stretch out this area is a cactus arm pose. You'll take a breath in, press your heart forward, maybe even lift your chin, open your throat, squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're pinching a pencil between them. The next move, interlace your hands behind your back. You can use a towel or a strap if your hands can't quite reach one another. You'll chase the ground behind you, lift your chest, lift your chin, draw your shoulders away from your ears, big full breath.
All right, so if you're someone that does a lot of deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, squats, honestly, any lower body movement, you might find that your back feels tight, your hamstrings feel tight. And if you are someone that sits a lot, you'll find that your hamstrings and your hips also get tight, and that could lead to lower back pain. So sometimes, if you don't have an injury, of course, sometimes what you need to do is make sure that you are stretching out those areas, you're kind of loosening them up, you're getting mobility in the hips, and you're also making sure your back is loose so you don't find that you have anything to stop you from doing the movement properly, even if you have good form. So here are a couple of stretches to show you how to loosen up the hips and hamstrings.
So to stretch our hamstrings, we're going to come into half splits or Ardha Hanumanasana. With your left knee down, you'll extend your right leg out in front of you. Do your best to keep your hips stacking over your left knee and keep the low back lengthening. So your tailbone's going to come back behind you. Your hands can rest maybe on yoga blocks if the earth is far away from you, or right onto the mat. You'll inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, maybe you fold a little deeper. Keep drawing your right hip back to meet the left rather than letting it cock out to the side or shift forwards. For this stretch, we'll be coming into reclined pigeon. This will stretch your glutes, your hips, and release lower back tension. You'll flex your right foot, cross that ankle over your left thigh. You can work on energetically pressing the right knee forwards away from you. Maybe this is enough. If you'd like more, pick up the left foot, right arm threads through the whole left arm outer edge, and you pull the left thigh in. Continue to keep the right foot flexed and press the right knee away from you. No need to curl up at the head, neck, or shoulders. We want the entire back body flat on the mat. You can even think of drawing your navel down into your spine. And breathe. You'll do that on both sides, of course. The other side looks like this, left ankle over right thigh. And just try to hold for about the same amount of time on each side.
If you're someone that does a lot of shoulder movement, shoulder press, lateral raises, here is a stretch for you. Performing ab exercises is super common. You're using your core with a ton of movements, something like a squat, a deadlift, you are constantly engaging them. When you're contracting the abs, you want to also make sure that you're expanding them, you're lengthening them, and you're stretching your abs.
So what you can do to lengthen your abs is coming into a Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath your shoulders, middle fingers are a direct extension of your elbows. Rather than letting your shoulders creep up to your ears, keep lifting up and away. Press your pubic bone down into the mat. If you'd still like more, you can take upward facing dog. Your hands will come under your shoulders. You'll stay on the tops of your feet and lift up. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades together, keeping the chest proud, and again, not letting shoulders creep up to your ears. Good. The more you squeeze the glutes, the more length you'll find in the front body. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you learned some valuable movements today.
Comment below what your favorite exercise was and let us know if you try any of these movements. See you next time.